Recording is now in session. Hey, thank you. Thanks and welcome back to A Date with Dietitians. I'm Anne,
I'm Karen.
and we're so happy that you're here and we're continuing our protein series. And today we're going to do a little recap on protein real quick, and then we're going to talk about milk and what is not milk. We are at a special remote location and we're actually
But
together in the studio. We're at the beach
yeah,
studio,
we're at our beach
hence
studio.
the beach hair. So, and you can see the collagen is doing pretty well with both of our hairs.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about recap and protein, why it's important really quickly, and talk about milk, soy milk, almond milk, oat milk, and coconut milk a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. And probably my opinion's going to come strongly through on this one. So we're doing this. We did the one on colostrum last time. So this kind of naturally follows colostrum because what comes in after colostrum is milk. And the reason we're talking about milk is part of our protein series because it happens to be a great source of protein. And just to recap, what do we need protein for? We need it for muscle to structure. It functions as like insulin, things like that. We need it for all sorts of things. And also, I mean, Karen brought this up. We have to make 250 to 300 grams per day. So you've got to have those amino acids, including the essential ones. So we don't want to forget proteins are made of amino acids. Some of them are essential, which means you've got to get them in your diet. They're the building blocks of basically your body. And one thing I wanted to mention while I'm on such a tear on protein is because I wasn't getting enough. Now I'm making sure I do. And I feel really good. I'm getting maybe 100 to 150 grams a day. But I did find this stat 40% of women over 60 are getting less than the RDA, which is pathetically low, in my opinion. Oh, this is when we need to do our disclaimer, right?
Oh, yeah. Disclaimer.
Um, this is all our opinion. This is not medical
Yeah,
advice.
we're not giving you prescriptive nutrition advice either,
Mm-mm.
which would have to be very individualized.
Yes,
So,
everybody's different. So this is just our opinion. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only, although we are highly trained dietitians, RDs, RDNs. And with that being said, I'm going to let Karen tell us what is milk and what is not milk. So what is milk, Karen?
is
What is the definition? What is milk?
milk is a nutrient-rich liquid produced by the mammary glands of mammals to feed their new
Mammary.
for offspring. Yeah. It is a complete nutrition source for infants. It provides proteins, fats, sugars, and the sugars are mainly lactose, which some people have trouble digesting,
I do. I'm
minerals,
lactose intolerant.
especially calcium, antibodies. The typical composition of cow's milk, which is the most common, is it's 87% water, 3 to 5% fat. That depends. Now, if it's skim milk, it's going to be 2% fat.
I'm going to talk more about that
Okay.
fat breakdown.
And then protein is 3.3% protein. And for cow's milk, that's casein and whey. And it has vitamins and minerals, which are like
I'm
vitamin
going to go
D,
into more
potassium. Okay.
detail about that.
Okay. B12, potassium, all that. And phosphorus. And what else? Main types of milk people consume is dairy. Is mammals, which it
Hmm.
can also come from goats, sheep, buffalo, camel,
Camel. I didn't know that. Okay.
horse,
Horse. Okay.
the human breast, obviously milk for infants, but then there's also plant-based milks.
Which I'm loath to call them milk. And I don't think they belong in the dairy section.
Technically,
They don't. They belong in the produce
they're not
area or the
biologically milk.
nuts.
We've we call them milk for marketing.
I don't.
Some people do, and doesn't. And those come from almonds, oats, soy, coconut, rice, cashew, hemp, pea.
Pea milk? That
Pea
sounds
protein. Well,
horrifying.
PEA, not
I
PEE.
know.
These are emulsions that are made by blending plants in a whole lot of water and then refortifying them with nutrients to make them look and act like milk.
Yes.
So the real question is, what are you using your milk for? Are you going to use it
Mhm.
for baking or cooking or a milk substitute for just a splash of it in your coffee? Do you just want it to create um, just the illusion of having cream in your coffee, or are you using it for a protein
It would
source?
be an illusion.
If you're using it for a protein source, then
We
we
have a
want you
lot
to
to
know.
say
We
about
want you
that.
to know what's in it.
Yeah.
That's the
That's
key
the
here.
main thing.
If you're a barista and you're wanting to use it for froth, I just want you to know a few things. Um, it you really need the high protein content to make the froth, and you need a higher fat content to kind of make
Mhm.
it silky and stay the froth. So baristas are going to prefer a whole milk cow protein. But beyond that, I think that they do like the oat milk.
I
It's
think so. That'd be the
creamier and
second one
yeah.
because we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and
Okay.
then I just want to talk about milk, regular milk, dairy milk. I'm just going to use cow milk for this example.
Because that's her
Be-
favorite.
Yeah, it's my
She
favorite.
wakes up at night to
I
drink
do.
it.
I do. And I also, it's an important source of protein for me. And I am lactose intolerant. So I do use the lactate milk and I eat a lot of cheese. But I just want to make a few points about milk. So, regular milk in the grocery store, I feel like a lot of people they want to go get the low fat because they're thinking low fat's good or 2%. It's really cutting back. I feel like people have a misconception like, oh, 1% means like whole milk is 99%. That's not correct. So, low fat milk, skim milk has none, right? I think skim has none or zero. Low fat is 1 to 2%. And then whole milk is only 3.2%. So, it's not like such a big drastic cut.
Mm-mm.
So, you know,
Whole milk, I think people
mhm,
equivocate it to,
fat, saturated fat.
or what's the thing that you make cream, heavy whipping cream?
Yeah. It's
Just
not. It's not at all. So, yeah, you're going from 1% on your skim to 3.25% for whole.
so that's why, and 2% is a step down from that. When I
Yeah.
was little, we
Mhm.
used to buy 2%.
But I feel like people think, "Oh, I'm getting a low fat." It's really much lower fat, and whole milk's 99%. No, it's not done like that. So, what are the other important nutrients in regular cow milk or dairy? I mean, I'm gonna say dairy because I think goat milk probably is similar.
Mhm.
Um, well, anyway, let's get into it. So, what are the important nutrients in real milk? Maybe we'll distinguish it that way, real milk and fake milk. I, I think that's best for me.
Okay.
So, real milk has these really important nutrients besides the protein, which is what I'm focused on right now. It's going to have, whether it's the skim, low fat, or whole, it's going to have 7 to 8 grams of high quality protein. It's also going to have calcium, which we all know is important for bones, but it's also important for your muscle function. And one glass gives you about 30% of your RDA, which, that's, I think, is the minimum of any nutrient you want to get. It's going to be fortified with vitamin D because Karen's going to talk a little bit about raw milk and that. So it gives you a good amount of your vitamin D for the day. Also, importantly, especially for me with celiac and all my issues, it's got about 40 to 50% of the daily value, which is not the minimum, but it's the daily value
Mhm.
of B12. So you definitely don't want to be deficient in B12 because that can cause a lot of problems with your neurological system, and especially with older people and people with celiac who tend to be low in B12. And also is a great source of B2, which is riboflavin. And that's really important for energy production. Dairy milk has all of these wonderful things. Um, and I feel like I would pick the whole milk just because the vitamins and nutrients are going to be more easily absorbed and digested. You're going to get a better satiety, maybe not eat later. And also it helps with the with your glucose, it's gonna not be such a high, I wanna say, glycemic effect because it's got the fat and the protein. Like, if you're just drinking milk with no fat, there's nothing to offset, slow down that digestion of the lactose. Unless, of course, you're drinking lactate milk like me, it's already broken down. So I'm gonna go with whole milk. It's also a good source of vitamin A, which is really important as you get older, and K. So that is my little spiel on why I would choose whole milk in the dairy, in the
Section.
choice, in yes, in the dairy section. That's where it belongs. These other milks don't, but I wanted to hear what you had to say about raw milk
Okay.
because I know we did a lot of
Yeah.
discussion about that, and it's in the news too.
Yes, because as we know,
Is
um,
is it
RFK, it is
controversial?
controversial.
Controversial? It's
But you
controversial.
haven't heard a lot about it lately. I think it's taken a back step, but,
Mhm.
RFK, seems to really like it. But, more than that, I think he views the FDA and its restrictions on raw milk as part of
Mhm.
a broader war on our public health and an overreach of the federal agencies, which I kinda have to agree
I'm gonna
with.
second that.
Um, he has repeatedly called the FDA's restrictions on raw milk aggressive suppression of something that advances human health. He claims, and so do other pro raw milk drinkers, that raw milk provides unique benefits, especially in the form of helping those who may have or may
Develop
develop
allergies.
allergies, asthma. And they're getting this from some European studies that are called observational studies. There's one called the Gabriella and one that was the Parsifal study showing lower rates of these conditions in kids who drank raw farm milk. In short, he outweighs the potential immune benefits to and the respiratory benefits to the bacterial risks that the institutions are warning us about. Um, and so it's part of his Make America Healthy philosophy. The risks that people talk about is, well, do you want me to talk about the pros or
And
the
yeah, I mean, go ahead and talk about the risks. And I'm gonna just say
so
I want the choice to be able to choose this for myself, especially finding out about the it's easier to digest for lack.
so one of the pros that they say is that it has offers superior nutrition because the proteins are more
Mhm.
digestible,
Mhm.
the lactose is more digestible and easier on people that have
Lactose
lactose
intolerance
intolerance.
like me.
I don't know, that's really not proven in any studies, but anecdotally,
I'll do a study on
yeah.
myself, like I'm doing already. I'm back on creatine
Yeah.
too. Let's
Uh,
talk about how that's going.
um, there's also some more supposedly A, B complex C and E enzymes, minerals, natural proteins, fats are destroyed with heat. But what they do with the pasteurization is sometimes they add those
The
things back in
they add the D back.
and calcium. And so things that are they view that may be lost, they'll add them back in and say that it's only a slight loss, comparatively speaking, and that these are minor differences, pasteurized versus unpasteurized, but some people beg to differ.
I wanna know about this more studies about how raw milk can affect allergies and asthma.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
The one lactose intolerant study was a Stanford study, and they said there was
Now
no evidence.
what are the big cons? What are we supposed to be freaking out
So,
about
yeah,
and
so the
scared of?
cons are the bacterial contaminant. Well, also, well, look, back up. Probiotics. It's killing the
Okay,
probiotics, which are good.
but we forgot that's important.
And you can't really put those back in. I
No.
mean, we all know we're all taking probiotics because every single one of us has been on too many antibiotics
Mhm.
and killed our gut flora, or too many processed foods, which has allowed the bad,
Wrong stuff to grow.
right, the bad bacteria to grow and suppress the good bacteria. And so to get that rebalanced, it could maybe drinking raw milk could help.
Could help with that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Mixed. The evidence is really still out there.
Mhm.
So who, The risks raw milk harbors dangerous pathogens like E. coli, salmonella, listeria, campylobacter, leading to serious illnesses. It can also which could result in hospitalization or even death, especially in children, elderly, immunocompromised individuals. Outbreaks are, quote, well documented.
Mhm.
Um, and they feel like pasteurization would completely eliminate the risk of this. Of course, it doesn't eliminate the risk of it in our green and
Eggs?
our lettuce.
No, I
It's
mean,
all in our lettuce. Have you
all
noticed?
these things, I'm like, big deal. I'm like, all these stuff is
We
in
should quit
everything
eating
anyway.
salads too.
Salmonella is in all kinds of stuff, and lettuce has all that.
Romaine lettuce is
Yeah,
terrible
I
now.
know. Okay, so,
What if we do
but how
start
many
comparing
kids,
pasteurized lettuce to
but how many
non-pasteurized
people,
lettuce?
how many people died? You listen, you took,
Oh, 5 and 20 years, wasn't it?
yeah, from raw milk. So I'm just saying, I think maybe it's over exaggerated, the
Uh,
risk.
yeah. So, uh, dying. But then they're like, well, with E. coli and some of these, if you're a young child, you could be put into kidney failure,
Hmm.
lifelong illnesses. So they they don't want to do a comparison of that, really.
I mean, I don't know how you could test that unless people volunteer their kids, and
Because my thought is,
that doesn't seem ethical to volunteer your kids. I'm volunteering myself, people, so I'll be trying to figure out where can I get raw milk
if you have 145 deaths per year in children under 18
from asthma
from asthma, and you have less than 5
in 20
total
since
deaths,
1998.
I think it was, then why, if you could even say giving raw milk, just say it could possibly help 2% of the people who have asthma issues
Wouldn't die.
may not have an right.
Mhm.
And but then who's to say that they would die from asthma? Well, okay, just say you could save 2% of those who died from asthma. So that still statistically would be better, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the cost benefit outweighed it. Indeed. Indeed it did. So, I guess everybody needs to decide for themselves, and that's what I
Well,
like.
I think that's pretty much it. Is what why can't
Maybe I wanna try it. Maybe
yeah.
I'd be careful. I don't know. I'd be careful with an infant. I'd be still nursing an infant if I had one, so I don't
But
know.
I mean, I think you need to be careful with all things. I mean, um
Yeah,
you
like,
can't say like don't drive in cars because there are so
some
many
cars might
accidents in
crash.
cars. And I mean it does take some discretion, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm gonna say leave it up to people.
I think leave it up
Leave it
to
up
the
to people.
people.
Okay, now let's get into,
Okay.
fake milk, okay? I just can't. I don't know how these things got in the
Okay.
dairy section. I don't know why they're in the dairy section. They don't belong in the dairy section. It is a huge pet peeve of mine,
You
and
want
I feel like, the producers or whatever you call them of all these milks are like, "This is way healthier." I don't buy, okay? Let's just talk about it,
what's the
okay?
first one you want to talk about?
I think this is your favorite
Almond
fake
milk?
milk. It is. My first question is just why?
Why?
Why why would you use almond milk? After we talk about what it is, I just wanna know if you have comments and you use it because you like the
I'll tell you,
flavor.
it used to be thought, I think at some point in time, that only rich people could afford almonds. This is like turn of the 15th
Okay,
century. This is really long time ago. And so if you could afford almonds, then you could afford almond milk and then
but they
almonds.
were making their own with the cheesecloth.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about
Packaging.
yeah, we're talking
Uh,
about processed, but I agree, but I wanna hear, so you were
so
rich?
commercially, almond milk
But
is
wait,
made
so
like this.
how did almond because it made you look rich?
I mean, maybe, yeah, maybe it was like a virtue signaling. Like,
Okay,
come over to my house. We've got
and
some
we have
almond
almond
milk.
milk. Okay,
Like top shelf almond milk.
let's talk about what is an almond milk? I'm ready here.
So this is what really started it, is reading food labels. We read all the food
Oh,
labels.
yes,
And
indeed we
one
do.
day, my parents used to have it in their refrigerator and they put it in their coffee. And I pulled it out and I'm like, what in the world's in almond milk? I look and there's less than a gram and 8 ounces.
Of
maybe a gram
protein. That's
of
why we're bringing it
protein.
up. We're talking about
And
protein,
I'm like, "That's
people.
weird because people consider almonds like
A protein
a
source.
protein source, which it's not
However,
really.
how many almonds do you have to eat to equal 3 ounces of chicken?
Is it 800
It's
or
350 to
300? No, it's 800 to equal 5
a
ounces to
normal ch a normal
the leucine
serving.
that you need.
Okay, the leucine. But just think about those people. 3 ounces of chicken, you'd have to eat
That's
350 to 400 almonds.
that's a lot.
So, it
It's too
makes sense
many.
why there's no protein
Yeah.
and
It's a lot of fiber.
okay,
And a
so
li
back to your
yeah.
parents, they were using it, they were
Yeah,
enjoying it.
and I
Did you
just
ask them why were they using it?
I didn't, but then I was like, maybe it's just
Healthier? Like, why would
I
they
think they thought it was healthier.
that's why we're doing this, 'cause, they're not.
There was nothing in it.
This is what
And
almond milk is.
I'm convinced it was just a coffee. It wasn't even much of a coffee whitener because if you pour it out, it's very liquidy and
Did they
clear.
have flavored almond milk? Maybe
They
it had
may have
artificial
No,
stuff
I think
added?
she was really against the flavor
Okay.
too.
But these are the ingredients, all right, in almond milk. Almond milk, which is like they strain water over crunched up almonds.
They do.
So that then more water, then cane sugar, and some lecithin, which is made usually from
Or
soy,
gum or
and
gelin.
xanthan gum and
We
gelin.
love all those
We
things.
don't.
Anything that's like an emulsifier that makes liquids chewy, I love it.
Yeah, no, we don't. I don't want it in my microbiome. I think it breeds the wrong bacteria that make me want to eat more
Like when
carbs.
they put it in my salad dressing, and my salad
So, but my
dressing
question is why? If it has 1 gram of protein, why? It's basically sugar water.
useless.
But okay, so that's that. Um, now
Yeah.
I'm I guess I can say
Now,
this.
I was wondering if almond milk was a new thing, and they said it is so not a new thing.
Okay, well, I didn't know that was used to pretend or if you were rich back.
But not just that, when they said 1300s Aramaic people would use it, and for religious reasons when they needed a milk substitute, when
While
they
they
were
were
abstaining.
fasting, that's the
That's
key
not
word
oh.
because it's really not
It's not
it's there's
nutritive.
yeah, there's
So they're like,
nothing. This can be
"Okay,
part of our
basically,
fasting.
I'm on a water fast." It's the same as being on a
But they
water
didn't add
fast.
cane sugar, I don't
Right.
think,
No,
or
no.
gums back.
So if you do wanna be on a water
If you're
fast
doing a religious fast, just
and you wanna pretend that you're drinking milk, then almond milk is the way to go,
because it
really,
has no nutrients.
because there's nothing in it. You're
I
not
mean,
cheating. It's not even a cheat day,
no,
right?
they add back
In
stuff.
fact, you might not even be considered like, if you're trying to do that whole meal, what is it called? Where you
Meal replacement?
no, no, not
OMAD, 1
or
meal
where
a
you
day?
yeah.
I don't like that
But this is
either.
just fasting. If you
Yeah,
wanna go be fasting, I get it.
alright.
So that it has its use, fasting. It's for
But no,
fasting.
I'm gonna think it's gonna
Because if you ever try to make a milk froth or a cappuccino with it, you're gonna
no.
be very
I have one more
angry.
comment too. If it's
Okay,
mostly cane sugar, it's gonna spike your insulin it's gonna spike your sugar.
yeah.
Your glucose will be proper.
Again, then
Um,
just make sugar
yeah,
water.
just drink sugar water and forget the
You get
gums. Throw some
what is
almonds
that
in
called when you
there.
make sugar water? It's called
Kool-Aid?
no, that's got a flavoring
Coloring?
to it.
I don't know, put it in drinks sometimes. Okay, now next we're gonna talk about the bane of my existence
It's
in
not oat
nutrition.
milk.
No.
Do you want me to skip over? Oat milk is pretty much the same as almond milk, the way they make it, but it does
It has
seem
3 grams of
it gets
protein.
more, and I don't get that either. How it can
It
get
has
more.
more carbs, it's more carbohydrates, so out of all the fake milks, it's probably gonna be the one if you're worried about insulin resistance and bumping up your glucose, I
Did
would
you read the nutrient profile for
oat milk?
yeah.
Well, here's the, it's I guess the oats aren't as broken down, so it's oats, broke down, mashed up oats. The thing with the oat milk is they seem like they have canola oil, and that's another thing I don't like,
Oh, in it?
canola or sunflower. So you're
Um,
drinking oily oats with
oh, so
cane.
they're adding that's why
Yeah,
it's got that creamy
yeah.
So
That
it'll have like 110 calories for 8 ounces versus
mhm,
the almond milk has like 40, right?
something like that.
Unless there's
And
a
it's
lot
got
of
3
oil.
grams, and if you got celiac, oat milk is a no-no.
Yeah, you can't do that
That's a
then.
no-no. And it's got more stabilizers and gum, so I'm gonna s
Mhm.
it seems yucky to
Has a
me.
little and about average, they've added calcium, 350
Yes, a
milligrams of
lot of these
calcium.
milks go back and fortify what is in real milk 'cause
They're trying to
they're trying to
they're
pretend.
trying to pretend.
So that's oat milk.
Did you wanna
Do you wanna
Okay.
talk about soy? Yeah,
Okay.
I don't even know what to say about soy. I hate soy.
Well, soy okay, so soy milk isn't a bad option if you have a cow milk
I agree.
allergy
I concur.
and you need to get in. I would say that is your best option.
If you want a milk, I
If you
say
have a
skip
cow
it
milk
and eat more
protein
meat.
allergy. No, you're an infant.
Then I would get one of the more broke down elemental formulas. I would never give a baby soy milk.
I would
I worked
not a
in vet.
baby, not a
No,
baby. I'm saying if a child wanted soy milk, it has all the essential amino acids in it.
it has 8 and it has 7 to 8 grams per serving.
Yeah.
I'll concede that.
But it doesn't have adequate fat in it for a growing child. 80
It's got,
calories
the
and
number 2 ingredient in most of them is cane sugar or some kind of sugar.
oh, because they're trying to well, that's the one that's flavored.
Um,
If you get like a
I
flavored
guess. I
if you
don't
get
know. I looked up at the
unsweetened
ingredients on Silk soy milk. I didn't get
silk, because that's that weird
but
brand.
no, I didn't pick vanilla flavor.
Okay.
I just looked at the plain one. But maybe not. Okay, maybe that would taste even worse. How could you drink soy milk with
Oh, it
no
doesn't taste good. I'm not saying it tastes good.
okay. All right, and they do add vitamins, natural
But
flavors.
those elemental formulas, that baby formulas,
Mhm.
taste terrible too.
Okay,
In
well,
fact, Alimentum is the sweetest because they put cane sugar in.
I'd rather give that than I would rather
It's
do anything than
expensive.
eat
It's
soy.
expensive.
I have my own feelings about what
Okay.
soy does to your body because of what it did to mine and what I
Okay.
saw in my own life, working on
It's
WIC. I am anti-soy. It's
but
hog feed, people, okay? I don't know how it got, like,
oh,
this
which I
new
didn't even mention that when we were talking about the almonds, because I said, "What are they doing with the rest of the almonds?"
what are they doing with it?
I didn't Can
Oh,
we
they're
go
making
back?
some
We
flour.
gotta go back. When they make almond milk, because I was like, "How is there no
They t
protein in it?" Only 2% of that volume is almonds. So 98% of, like, a glass of almond milk
is water
is
sugar.
just water, sugar. So I was like, "Well, what are they doing with all the pulp and the are they making peanut butter or doing something
Almond
else with
butter?
it?" Yeah. And they said, "No, actually, that's part of the what makes people angry is the waste,
Oh, I
the
thought they
almond
were making
waste."
almond flour to put in stuff I
No, they
make.
do sometimes make almond flour.
Okay,
Or horse feed, I think, cow they
okay,
yeah,
okay, but soy is hog feed. I mean,
they're
I think
making
it's okay to have some edamame every now and again, but
mhm,
I'm gonna do a whole show on soy.
you do that.
I am. I am. And then I did want to give a little mention to coconut milk because I'm not anti-coconut milk if it's because you crack open the coconut and there it is, although it's not technically milk
I think they call it that because
because
it
it's creamy and it's creamy.
but it's not
And
milk.
nobody's adding, if you're getting real coconut milk, it shouldn't have all this other crap in it that the fake milks have.
Right.
So I'll just say it's a
And
traditionally called
it's been
milk.
used in recipes
Yeah, it's a
forever,
great
like all
cooking.
the curry and
Yeah.
Thai and
And I use it a lot in baking and cooking. I even
mhm,
put some in my coffee in the morning just to give me some MCT oil, and I'm
medium
gonna
chain
yeah,
triglycerides.
so thanks for saying that. I like it for that purpose, and, I use it all the time. I do get the coconut, the whole cream, the
Mhm,
organic one at the store, so I'm not anti-coconut milk unless it's filled with some kind of crap or process into something else it's
mhm.
trying to be. So, any other comments? There you have
And there's also pea protein milk, which
oh,
I don't even know where to get that,
I don't either.
but it is an acceptable source of
How
protein.
much how much protein's in a glass of pea milk?
I think it's 8 grams. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
But I
But I
wanna
don't
know the
even know where
processing, like, that's my
but it's
concern.
a lot of those are gonna have when you use them in baking, they're gonna have kind of a nutty
Mhm.
flavor. Like, they do affect
The
your
I
coffee.
like the, like, coconut, um, if I use it, like, in brownies, it has gives it a nice little flavor. And, of course, I'm using grain-free flour to make my brownies. So, I hope that was helpful and helps you decide, like, what kind of milk or fake milk, might work in your recipe or your diet, why you would choose anything but dairy milk, I'm not sure, but unless you want a little almond flavor, but there's no almonds in the milk.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
know.
know. And if you want frothy on your coffee, it seems like whole milk is gonna be the best.
Unless you're lactose intolerant. Now,
Mhm.
I have been to places before, and you're not gonna go, "Oh, do you have lactate milk? Well, do you have,
Yeah.
do you have this? Do you have that?" And I may, if I really want something frothy and I have an empty stomach, which lactose will bother me if I have an
Mhm.
empty stomach, then I may opt for oat milk. But it usually has a lot more calories in it. And
Well,
it's at that point, I'm not my game is not for
it's
nutrition. I'm
right.
not thinking I'm gonna get my 8 grams in. I'm thinking this is a treat. I'm buying myself a cappuccino, and it's not a staple in my
Right. I
diet.
just don't like the way they're advertised as, like, healthier than regular milk.
Yeah, or if you're on a
That's my
plant-based
big
diet.
beef.
Right. "Oh, be on a plant-based
Yeah.
diet. You should."
And it's healthy, everything is plant-based. Well, I don't know how much you'd have to drink how many gallons of almond milk? The whole cart How many cartons of milk almond milk we have to drink to equal 1 glass of regular dairy milk? If there's
It's
1 gram,
impossible.
you'd have to drink 8 glasses. Like, what?
It's impossible.
8 glasses of milk for the same protein, which is what we're focusing on, how to get
You
your
would float
protein.
away if
It
you
would yeah. That's not healthy either. I think you'd be
and
bloated.
you'd probably get kidney stones, do you think?
And I feel like those gums really do breed the wrong kind of bacteria because when I
Oh,
eat that
guar
kind
gums, and
yeah, and they take
she's very
over.
anti-gum.
I am. I know they're necessary in some things. I don't use them, my diet. So,
She doesn't use
I don't
stabilizers.
I don't
She
use
doesn't like anything that
and
stabilizes
I've got
her.
a lot to say about canola oil, which is in
That's a
the oat
different
milk. That's
that's
a
a
whole
different
different
pod.
podcast 'cause, um
But we would like you guys to write
yes,
into
and oh,
us
wait, I have to do this. Can maybe these
of
people can guess who I
topics.
am? No. If this has helped you in any way, if it's helped at all, could you please hit the like and subscribe and share it? That's all, and thanks for listening. We hope this was helpful and
Are you trying to be the host? I see
entertaining.
you. You don't even
They're
look like.
supposed to try and guess. I am
Oh.
wearing a black shirt,
Oh,
and
oh,
we
yeah,
found out
okay. They didn't hear me.
half of the people watching haven't subscribed
That's
yet.
true. Please
I
like and
mean,
subscribe and
of
tell your
of the
friends.
80 people who watched.
But also, let us know what topics you would like
Yes.
us to cover.
Yeah, so we do the research. We don't just sit here and make this up. We've done our research and we have very good background in science.
So is that it?
Yeah,
I've
so
got a
I hope
lot.
that was
Join us
helpful.
for Down the Rabbit
Oh,
Trail
down the
because we have
rabbit
a lot of
trail, we are going to be
cutouts.
talking about SNAP, our
Okay,
favorite
updates.
quotes. And next, so coming up next on this podcast, we're going to start a whole series on all the peptides because they are also protein based with the amino acids. So that's coming next. All the semaglutides, the GLP, all of it. We're gonna start because we think it's important.
Mhm.
So I hope that was helpful. And thanks for joining us at our remote beach location,
Thank you.
the beach here. All right. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.